Gaming with Wafik. Today I'll be going through the 5 games that you have to play in this month. So, here are the top 5 games of September 2020. At number 5 is Iron Harvest. Iron Harvest is a classic RTS game. It has got a single-player campaign and also a multiplayer. Its 1920s alternate history gives players a huge amount of lore to dive into, and its story is also pretty decent. The graphics is not that next-gen, but it's one of the best RTS games that I played since Age of Empires. So, if that's your jam, it's available on PC, PS4, and Xbox. Number 4 is Wasteland 3. Wasteland 3 is a turn-based isometric strategy game. If you've played Wasteland 2, you know what I'm talking about. It rewards exploration, it has got interesting characters, but this time they've all been voiced and animated, making the game even more lived in. The game's decision-making is, as usual, tough, and it will affect you, your surroundings, and the ending, giving the player replayability. If you've never played turn-based strategy games, this is where you have to start. It's available only on PC. Up at number 3 is Crusader Kings 3. It's a grand strategy simulation game based in the medieval era. The game's mechanics is pretty convoluted, and I highly recommend that you watch a tutorial before playing the game. Once you know how the game works, you'll be blown away by the amount of things that you can do. It literally makes you feel like a nobleman of the medieval era. The game also does not end as long as until you have a next of kin. So if you're up for it, it's available right now on PC. At number 2 is Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. It is the remastered version of the original classic RPG Kingdoms of Amalur. The graphics of this game is not next-gen, but the color palette and art style still lives up to this day. There's not much that you can do with the story with any kind of decision that you're making, but the amount of customization that you can do with your character and the lore that you can dive into of Amalur is pretty darn fun. So if you're a newcomer or someone who's playing the game again, it's available right now on PC, PS4, and Xbox. At number 1 is the Mafia Remake. I personally have been waiting for this game for a very long time, and I think it's going to be a great game if they keep the story as close to the original. They're also including a lot of new mechanics, for example a cover mechanic that makes combat a bit more realistic than it is. And if you're new to the Mafia franchise, it's basically a third-person action open-world narrative-driven experience, and I highly recommend that you keep an eye out for this one. It's coming up at September 25th on PC, PS4, and Xbox. So those are the top 5 games of September. Go down in the comment section, give me any more games to review or showcase. And also, click the like, sub, and get notified. Helps the channel grow. And that's about it. See ya.